Hello, everyone. Welcome to Square Podcast. We are here to explore what's together. I'm your host, Olajuwo Dami, aka Juicy, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Hi guys, I'm Ifeolu Ayodele. I still remain your lover. You're fine.
We say thanks to everyone coming to our show all day. Today, we're going to continue from the last episode, Stages of Life. Before we dive into today's conversation, I would love to introduce a beautiful woman that will be supporting our Square podcast from the beginning. That she has been trying her best to make sure that she comes to our Square podcast. So, you guys, I want to introduce this wonderful and a great woman today. So, please, can you tell us your name so the people could know who I'm trying to introduce to our Square podcast today? Talk about the stages of life. Please tell us your name and tell the little you can say about yourself.
Hi, thank you for having me today. My name is Jillian. I came on the podcast because I've been following my brothers and having some deep conversations with them. So thank you for having me on Square Podcast.
So welcome.
Thank you, everyone. So let's move into today's conversation. Stages of life. How is your whole experience about it? What can you tell us about that? Because the people would love to know.
Okay, I can only speak from a female perspective, and I think most of it has to do a lot with the standard that society places on us. I look as I was watching the podcast, I understood that my brother here started from age 10 when it came to males. But studies have shown that earlier in life, there are standards set which that tend to shape our life trends, male as well as females. You know, little girls are taught to play with the baby dolls, to dress in pink and purple in this way and that way, the little lace dresses and shoes. And, you know, that's to set the precedence of what they're supposed to look forward to later in life. You know, and the little boys play with the little guns and, you know, the trucks and so forth. But you know, times have changed, and so we don't. There's not. You know, we don't have. It's not the '50s anymore, so we don't have to rely on society to set those standards for us anymore. We can set our own standards. Whether we're 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50. If I'm not meeting your standards at age 20, I mean, in my standards, and I have to learn to be happy with that. You know, it's not for me to please everybody. Society may have a norm for me. Society may have a standard that I should have reached. I may have attained, I may should have attained my associate's degree by age 20. And maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe what I'm doing as a social influence is good, and I'm happy, but I don't want to be pleasing everybody else because that's what they think I should have attained to. Because I'm 20, because I'm 30, because I'm 40. That those are the standards society set for us. They have those standards set for us, and that's why there's such a mental. That's part of the mental health crisis we have going on, trying to please everyone else and the standards that everyone else has set for us.
Hmm. But what age do you think female child should know the basic things and principle of life?
I taught mine early. I was always honest. I have three girls. I've always taught my early on as soon as they can talk and understand when they ask questions. The basic fundamental truths of life are taught them early. I taught them early. Everything I that I knew that was in me. And so I've always surrounded my kids, my girls, with different people on different echelons of life, not just because it couldn't only be about what I know. It had to be about what other people knew because I couldn't give them everything that they needed in this life. So I had to, connect them with people that were good in math, because I wasn't good in math. And so I need to make sure that they were ready for whatever they came across. So one of my daughters played football in high school. One of them, was they were good at math. I wasn't. So I've always taught them they can be whatever they wanted to be. There was nothing that they could not achieve. I've always taught them that. And when they wanted an interest in something, I went out my way to make sure that it was available to them. If I couldn't provide that, I help them to find out who could. And I know that's not accessible to everybody, but there are ways to connect to people. You got mentor groups, you got, after school programs, you got people that will be glad to mentor your child and things like that. No, I of myself could not do all those things, but there are other ways and there are other options that we have to look to, and that is what I did. I would do the research when my child will express an interest in something, so that they would know, as a female, you can do what you want to do. There are no limits. Plus, I taught my girls early in life, it's your circle. You can color outside of the lines if you want to. You don't have to stay within the lines when you color.
Okay. But there's some at some age, female child grow up to feel some kind of entitlement in some aspects, maybe in society, in a relationship, maybe meeting a man or kind of something. So what brings the mentality? And secondly, we hear a word that the prime, that's an age women feel a prime time and they end their prime time. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, as far as entitlement, my girls have what they need to be successful at, to attain to what they wanted to attain to, because success is going to look different for everybody. What I call successful is going to look different from what you call successful, and it's going to look different from my children, for your children, you know. And so entitlement is going to look different. So because I've always worked, my children had to work. It wasn't about them being entitled or getting what they wanted. They still had to work, whether it was doing hair, babysitting. They still had to save their money
Okay.
because
What are you trying to say is that at the age of 20, they should have understand how to make money. You should have teach them how to make money, or they should have know how to get what they want by themselves.
oh no, I taught my girls that at an early age. They knew stocks, they knew trading at an early age. They had a bank account at an early age. My kids, they
So
knew money.
at what age do you realize that they should open those accounts and they should be working to get what they need? At what age do you start telling them like,
Um, They were very young when I taught them about money, even though they really didn't understand the value of money. Because you can teach a child about money, you can teach them about a lot of things, but they don't understand the value of it until they have to work it for themselves.
hmm,
Okay, because I can give my kids money all day, but because I'm giving it to them, they don't understand the value. But when they go out and work for it and then buy something and then that thing breaks, now there's a different respect for that thing. Because, okay, I work for this with my time, with my energy. I exchanged a portion of my life to make this money to buy this product, and now it's broken. So there's some emotional and
exactly,
thought
yeah,
process that's going to go into that.
yeah.
And so my kids were very, very young, probably 4 or 5. They had piggy banks. They had to save up their money to go to the store to buy what they want. They had to take those little piggy banks. They had to count out the quarters. They had to look in the paper on TV, show me what they wanted, how this is how much they cost. If they didn't have a full understanding, but they grow into an understanding. When you keep putting it before them, they grow into that knowledge. No, they're not going to understand it as a 2 year old. They're not going to understand it as a 3 year old. They don't understand the value of 1 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 25 cent. But when you keep placing something before their eyes, you keep it before them, they begin to learn it. They begin to understand how it works and
Oh,
what the value, the weight of it is.
okay. Thank you so much. You're very glad for taking your time to explain. So I want to ask this question because when you're talking, I figure out something out. So what can you say about the ladies whereby they are 30 years and they believe that their man should be the one to do everything because that is how life has been? What can you say about those ladies? Is it that their parents they teach the female how to know what to do, or it's just what they feel that's the kind of life they should be living, or they are not trained to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some 30s whereby they still don't know what is right. Just like how you said, you train them how to do this, to know what is important of value, to do this. What can you say about the ones that they believe that the man should be the one to do it at the stage of 30? What's the mistake of the life of those kind of women?
I can say the life expectation is that they're going to be disappointed a lot.
Hmm.
They're going to be very. Anytime you set your expectation on somebody else to attain to your happiness or to what you attain to achieving, like you're going to be disappointed.
So is it
It's
their fault?
inevitable.
Can you say all those kind of women, is it their personal fault, or is it from their parents, or is it they didn't realize in that stage of their life, or where's the problem is coming from?
Um, Now, even though I taught my girls the value of money, my girls have always had to work. So nothing was just handed to them. They had access to it, but it wasn't just handed to them. They had to work. So being in relationships, of course, they had partners that have taken care of them, but they carry their own weight as well. My girls know how to work. They are good workers. But for anyone, whether it's female or male, that is dependent on anybody to take care of them, they're going to be disappointed a lot in life.
So, what is
What
the important stage of female child? Like,
to learn responsibility.
yes,
I think
to start learning responsibility. Important stage.
I think that comes in your teenage years.
Like 17, 15.
But like what age?
I would think
They should have mastered the purpose of that. They should have understand.
no, because
Reciprocating, giving, kind of thing, something like
no,
that.
because see, we have to understand that when girls are teenagers, they're still in fairy tale world. They still got social media. They still in this la la fairy tale. They still have these idols and these people, these TV shows that everything looks wonderful, and that's what they want in their life, and they feel like they can have everything given to them and everything is going to be wonderful, and they want to be social influencers and all of this stuff. So 14, 15, 16, oh, I'm going to have this given to me. I'm going to meet Prince Charming. I don't have to wait. I just have to be beautiful. They're not understanding that these things fade.
Okay. So
So it's a lot of times it's in the 20s when they've had a few hard knocks.
okay. So
Sometimes it's 30.
The part that the female have won, maybe from their past experiences or for present experience. So, what make them to be born? Like, what? Why do you feel like that? Like, because there's something they are lacking, or maybe they are ignorant about, right? That made them to go into the experience of being born, right?
No, another thing is um, uh, the ignorance. A lot of times when people are hurt, they hurt other people, and they don't want to accept the responsibility, so they want to put the responsibility of their needs on someone else. So if I feel like I want to be a princess, I'm gonna put that on you to perform for me
Is
and
that
make
right?
me princess. No, it's not right, but that is what they do. I want you to take care of me. I want you to do this. I want because I've been deprived in life. I've been hurt in life, and so now I have to find somebody else and make them pay for the hurt that's been done to me, for the deprivation I've had to endure. So now I need to make somebody pay. And
So,
a lot of times that it's just an internal self-esteem issue.
so at age 20, what should women should have achieved at age 20?
That's going to look different for everybody.
In
I can't,
general,
in general, for a female, it's,
basic things in general.
but I can't say that because life experiences are going to be different for someone that was born in a household with a mother and father that worked and had a two family income versus a one mother income versus a child that was thrown out on the street at age 10 or 11.
Hmm.
So to say that they should have attained this at age 20 when they've been on the street since age 11 is not going to be fair.
Okay.
So I can't put a general on that because they don't know what I'm talking about when I tell them that they should have an associate's degree when they've been sleeping in the streets and shelters since they've been having to survive on their own.
Hmm. Thank you so much for your time. I still have some little question. Like, before a lady can think about relationship, what should a lady acquire? Like, should have achieved before thinking about even a relationship? Like, let me like
A sit
Like we're trying to say, like we men now, even men at the age of 20, we understand that there are some things we should be giving. Some men, like just like women now, men, not all men, still understand reciprocating that we should have understand at the age of 20, at the age of 25, should have understand that if we are in relationship with even with our lady, we should know how to reciprocate. So now, what happened that most ladies doesn't understand that, like they don't really understand that it's trying to know like what is the cause of it, why they don't reciprocate at that age of 20 25. Is that not what you're trying to ask?
there are some basic things a female
Should have
should
known.
have know or have before you get to like level one to level two to level three. What I mean by okay, there is a age whereby a lady will be that okay, okay, I can have a boyfriend now, I can be in a relationship now. So there are things before that relationship requires. So what are the things a female should have before going into that aspect?
again, and I'm not trying to sound perfect or anything like that. It's going to look different. If I grew up abused, what I'm looking for in a relationship is going to be different from what somebody else is looking for at
But
age
there should be
20.
basic things.
No, because if I grew up with my dad beating my mom, that's going to look different for somebody that grew up in a loving home. So, what should I have achieved watching that grow up? I don't know what to look for other than an abusive man. I don't know what to achieve. There's no standards. who is setting the standard before me. It's going to look different for everybody.
That's true
And we're,
because we look
Yeah,
at life in different
yeah.
perspective.
yeah.
So, can you give us in your own perspective as a man, like, what do you think life should have? We should have understand life at the age of 20, 30, 40. What's your own experience? Then, what can you tell to the people that life should have? They should have understand life at this certain age as a male child.
Okay. You see, as a male child, just like you said earlier, a male child will have, oh, I want to have this, I want to have that before
Yes,
I can, okay, maybe having a serious with a lady when
exactly.
it's come to relationship. Or is there in a relationship after you're talking about
I'm just talking about
or
life
dream, chasing
generally.
the
Dream.
dream?
I'm talking about the dream.
Yeah, when you see, uh, one thing I think a man should have is having a solid moral. You understand? Because as a man, you pick a lot of uh, ups. You go through a lot of ups and downs
Ups and downs,
when you're
exactly.
chasing your dream, and you need the focus. You get just like the experience of a man and a woman when they are growing is different.
It's different, yes.
It's not the same. That's the reason why the way man think and the way the woman think is different. You get is some stage a woman need to mash up with man. You get like one of I was having a conversation with one of my friends like a man that let me say in the low mentality when a woman has a high mentality they should match up
Match up because of the
like
man.
you understand or if a man is high mentality a woman is low mentality they should try and match up but when it's like a you are low mentality and your other one is not even having your best interest it means that the thing is not
It's not
right
gonna work
because
well.
like let's say in the aspect of oh we have a one child you because of my low mentality, I'm asking you that, oh, let's have another child. You, as a woman that have a good mentality, a high mentality, should tell, oh, baby, let's talk about the bills. Let's think about this. This thing is not working for us. This thing is not going to. You understand? So the brain should be power each other. But when the brain is not powering each other, that is where it's getting. You understand? The thing is missing.
Exactly, exactly.
So in that aspect, it means that before a man can think about, oh, I want to get into a something
Serious with someone.
serious with someone from another
I
family,
should
I should have
understand
acquired and understand
about this,
the
yes.
moral, the financial part, the mental health of myself, learn how to love myself. Or because if I don't love myself, I can't love someone. You understand? So as a man, I think that thing should be able to be at least on 90%. You
Yes,
understand?
yes,
Even though
yes.
it's not all, because you don't know the kind of woman coming to your life or the kind of woman you are going to. You understand? But when it's the aspect, I'm not speaking for female, but I just speaking in my opinion. So in the aspect of a female child, they are not like that in the respect of for female child. You understand? So they are not like that. They are just like because they see man as a man is a leader. Man need to do this. Man needs to do that. Man, they you understand. So they see it like that. So they don't try to get a lot of morals, a lot more of things
Exactly, exactly,
before they
exactly.
move into man. That's why I'm trying to ask the question that what are the basic things a female child should have? Because if the basic things can be understood
Yes,
for female
yes.
child, now when they meet up, they will be
So,
able to.
exactly. Sorry to cut you short. I understand what you're trying to say. So when you were talking, I pick up something. To me, in my own perspective, I feel at the age of 20. whether you are a man or you are a woman, you should have understand what you want. You should have understand maybe now you are focusing on your career, but at the age of 30, whether you are a female or you are a male, you should have understand that you being with someone, it comes with a lot of
Responsibilities.
responsibility and
Yes.
discipline. So we should understand that giving is something we should have understand. So we should know that our together is to grow, is growth. We should have understand by that age. So now we have difficult in female side because most female child doesn't understand all this. They just believe love come from a place whereby you can just be cool and someone will just love you. So
With your
the
ignorance.
lack of this ignorance is affecting mostly, to my own perspective, I would feel is affecting female mostly than men because most females stay with when they stay with a mother that doesn't know what the child should have known at the age of 30 or 40, they are going to have different mentality. So when a man that understood his standard get married to such person, they're going to have this hard time to connect themselves because there's something they don't understand. So that's why I'm saying that most people don't really understand the stages. There are things you should have known on these stages of life. Like 18, you should have something you should have understand. Like 20, you should have know that I want to get pregnant. This is not the time. I need to face my career. Okay, this is the right time for me to do this. So there is no conversation and understanding enough. So it's really affecting the both sides to come together to grow, and they don't even know the purpose and the stage of life. So that's why you see some people at the age of 50, they are just having their first child because they should have understand that this is not the stage this is the stage of I should have known. So I feel in the female side it affects than the male side. So I'm trying to back up what you said about
Okay,
the
okay.
yeah.
So when in the aspect of female male child, sorry, is that oh there's an age whereby a male child should, like they used to say in other video, that a fool as 40 is a fool. I don't account to that. But sometimes when a male child is in this age and still lack of dignity, lack of morale, you know, shameless, you know, and acting stupid, doesn't have a boundaries and doesn't know
What
the
to do
right
and
thing
what
to
to do.
do, the right at the right time.
Mhm.
Doesn't know what to do. Doesn't
It
There's
doesn't even
some
know the
that's
left and the right.
thank
Just
you.
mixing
There's
it
some
up.
evil men. That's why I'm saying that there is this sausage. There's some evil men. They don't.
Like you said about the child, sorry to cut you off. You said about a man having this mentality, having this mindset of I want a four child, and the woman understood that at this age, I think we should focus on our business, our career. Let's just
Mhm.
still have these two. So now the man understood that, but the woman did not understand because she was thinking she need a child. So the man should be the one to let the woman understand, but if the woman is not thinking that way, or where she grew from, she was thinking, yes, this is how her mother taught, so they're going to have a hard time to be together. Because there are some things you should have understand in stages of life that, okay, this is the right time for me to do this is the right time for me to do that. So I understand your perspective
Mhm.
as well, and
Mhm.
I understand what he's trying to say. So now,
Mhm.
what I want you to tell the audience now is that what is the advice you can give to people whereby as a female child what they should have known at the age of 18, 20, 30, even they are in a relationship, things they should have understand, not their partner teaching them. Like you should have known that taking care of yourself is your responsibility. So if I'm going to have a man at the age of 30, I should know that we give it to each other, not me relying on him. So what can you say to people that they don't really understand what they should do at the age of 30 in female? What can you say? And I would love you to explain to the audience so that we know from your own perspective. So we could say from a man perspective. So we want the female perspective from you.
At the age of, what the age do you want me to
Yeah,
start with?
They're
growing
going,
age.
they're
You're
going
growing
age,
age.
maybe 20, 18, 30, 40, what they should have know before they get a partner, what they should have known, taking care of themselves should be their priority. So advice
Yes.
to the young people out there that they are not up to 20, they are not up to 30, but they just start the stage of life. So what's the advice you can give to them as a young girl coming up, the things you should do, the mistakes you should not do? So they would love to know from your home perspective.
Okay, at age 20, it's still about loving self, making the most out of life, your career, because life, you're having fun. A lot of 20 years old, you're thinking about having fun. Get your career, get settled in a career, start putting money away for the future. A lot of times, as 20-year olds, we're not thinking about the future, but 30 will be here quickly.
Okay.
30, you need to have money put away. Now you're thinking about buying a house. By the time you're 30, you should be ready to buy your first house. You should be focusing on, okay, whether I marry or not that the clock is ticking and I gotta have a baby, I gotta get married, and so you're settling for less. Now I'll just marry anybody that wants to marry me
Mm.
because I'm 30 now. And so it doesn't matter whether he has morals, whatever, what kind of character he has. No, 30, you love you. When you're 40, love you. Do not settle. Do not settle. Love you. Focus on you. Live your best life. Whether you're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, live your best life. Love you, because you can't love anybody else properly if you don't love you properly.
Mm.